and welcome to Lake, a show about our beautiful city of Bellevue, Washington. I'm your host today, Michelle DeGrand. You know, some of the most important aspects of the place where you live include being able to get around, having access to the right services, and staying safe. On this month's episode, we'll explore just a few of the ways that Bellevue is meeting each of those needs, starting with something that was kind of a big deal. We'll take you to the grand opening of Sound Transit's 2-line light rail service on the Eastside. Plus, take you inside the world of permit inspectors as the Bellevue City Council proclaimed May Building Safety Month. You'll get some important tips on how to be prepared in your home for most emergencies. And we invite you inside the city's newest space designed to offer community members living in their vehicles access to essential services and a safe place to stay while they find housing. First, on April 27th, the Link 2-line service began operating here in Bellevue. The 6.5-mile segment of the East Line extension includes 8 new light rail stations in Bellevue and Redmond and brings a convenient new option for getting around town. We were there to celebrate, so let's take you to the party.
We've been watching the build up and now they're open and we've been really excited for today.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Today, of course, is the culmination of a long time dream for East King County. A regional high-capacity transit system that will connect everyone to all that the Eastside has to offer, and not long after that to the rest of the region. And we couldn't be more delighted to be here today.
We are very excited because this is the first time that we'll be doing a train ride, especially in Bellevue. And our whole family, especially kids, are very excited.
This is about a transportation system that is going to help nearly 6,000 daily riders now get from Redmond to downtown Bellevue in 14 minutes.
With these 8 new stations, we are opening countless doors for families and communities across our state.
People are going to get to go where they need to go without driving and wasting gas in our top 5 worst traffic in Washington State.
And of course, as much as this day is a celebration and culmination of one project, it's just the beginning when we cross I-90 and extend these Eastside trains through Seattle and all the way to Linwood in Snohomish County. The full system will actually have 25 stations.
It's a very fulfilling, look at how it's paying off, just all the development that's occurring because this light rail is here. And now we're on the train, about ready to take our first ride, very excited.
I encourage you to look beyond the light rail as just another mode of transportation. The line represents another step towards bridging the gap between that job you couldn't take because it was too far, that robotics program you couldn't join because your mom couldn't drive you, that soccer team you had to drop because gas was too expensive, and that friend you just couldn't see because you don't have a license. We're building infrastructure that matches our growth, protects our environment, dissolves barriers to equity, and provides opportunities to everyone that lives here.
How have people been today?
People have been great. There's a little bit of a learning curve. It's like an elevator. You gotta let the people off first, then you can get on, and people are picking that up pretty quick.
Tell me what this trip has been like for you.
Really fun, and I've seen a lot of cars and trees.
Light rail is a generational leap ahead. It'll knit our communities together, and it will sustain us as our city grows in our population and our economy. What you see here today is the culmination of years of what I'll call collaboration, fueled by the community's desire to see light rail running through their city.
We didn't know they have really good restaurants and shops here, so it's going to be easy for us to commute here as well. And I think it's going to benefit the local businesses here as well.
And as we transform our region with light rail, I want us to think about those who made today possible and all of those who will carry on our legacy as we continue to build this region. Congratulations to every single person here. Thank you.
With May being Building Safety Month, each year the International Code Council leads a campaign to recognize building safety professionals for the important work that they do. It also draws attention to the need for establishing and staying up to date with modern building codes. Building codes are a critical way to protect our homes, schools, offices, and so much more. Here are some leaders from our Development Services Department to tell you more about the professionals who help keep our city safe by ensuring these codes are followed.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Horner, Director of the Development Services Department at the City of Bellevue. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce Building Safety Month to the Bellevue community. Observed each May, Building Safety Month recognizes building safety professionals and raises awareness about the importance of building safety and the crucial role that building codes, permitting, plan review, inspections, and more have in ensuring the safety of our community. At the City of Bellevue, the Development Services Department is at the forefront of this effort. Our department is responsible for land and building development in Bellevue and some of the surrounding areas. We review plans, inspect projects, and investigate code violations. These services ensure that projects are safe and aligned with federal, state, and city codes. Some of this work is done in partnership with other departments at the city, including Bellevue Utilities and Transportation, as well as the Bellevue Fire Department. Overall, the Development Services Department has a vital role in promoting community safety and quality of life here in Bellevue.
Hi, I'm Greg Schrader, building official with the City of Bellevue's Development Services Department. As your building official, I want to take a few minutes to highlight why our permit review and inspection staff and the work they do is essential to the community, both in the office and on construction sites. We are fortunate to have many well-qualified architects, contractors, engineers, and construction tradespeople working in Bellevue who all play an essential role in creating a safely built environment for each of us to live and work in. When our staff carefully review permits and plans, they ensure that construction projects comply with building codes and safety regulations. This critical step is necessary to safeguard the integrity of our buildings and protect the well-being of our residents and workforce. Equally important is the work our inspectors carry out in the field. By conducting thorough inspections of construction sites, from large buildings to smaller projects, they verify that the work is being executed safely and with approved plans.
So the contractor brought me in here. This is the side of the wall that we just looked at. It's a 2-hour wall. You can knock on it, you can feel that there's 2 layers of drywall. I can anyway because I look at these things all day, every day. In the City of Bellevue, we have a policy. Any concealed spaces that have a 2-hour or 1 hour rated assembly behind it, we're required to have the contractor label that wall. So he brought me in here to show me that he has posted all the labels for the rating in the concealed space. It's sealed at the top, his wall is labeled, all the joints and screws are taped and spotted. The wall is 100% complete. He can close the tile up and we can move on.
Each day, code officials dedicate themselves to keeping the public safe. By doing our best to ensure that construction is aligned with codes, our team plays a crucial role in protecting our community and preserving the quality of life we all cherish in Bellevue. Thank you.
Next, Bellevue firefighters discuss fire safety in your home, and the city's Office of Emergency Management will show you how to create something we all need, an emergency preparedness kit.
Hi, I'm Fire Marshal Travis Ripley, and I'm here with Assistant Fire Marshal Kyle Nelson. And we're going to talk to you about a few things for your home as part of Building Safety Month, the month of May. Kyle, would you like to start with fire extinguishers?
Yeah, thanks, Travis. So right here I have a multi-purpose fire extinguisher. It works on every fire except for metals and cooking oils, so it's very versatile. We recommend that you have one on each floor of your home, as well as in the garage or a shed if you have one on your property. It's important at least once a month to look at it, make sure the needle's still in the green, and to hold it upside down for about 10 seconds to make sure the powder is ready to discharge whenever you need it. If you've never used a fire extinguisher, I encourage you to go onto YouTube and find a video. However, just as a simple demonstration, there's an acronym called PASS. So you pull the pin, aim the hose at the base of the fire, squeeze the handle, and sweep back and forth until the fire is out or the fire extinguisher runs out of agent. If you have any other questions, we'd be happy to answer them at Bellevue Fire Prevention. Travis, would you mind talking to us about smoke and carbon monoxide alarms?
Smoke alarms, everyone should have them in their home, on every level of the home, and within each bedroom. Carbon monoxide, especially if you have fuel-fired appliances and you have any type of gas going to the home. These as well, it is a great thing to test these. It's as easy as pushing a button, waiting for it to alarm, and there you go. Many of the new devices come with a 10-year battery, so they should last you many years, but it's always a great thing to test them.
And if you have any other questions about home fire safety, please feel free to reach out to Bellevue Fire Prevention.
Disasters are not exclusive. They can happen without notice and can affect all residents in Bellevue or the region. Being prepared is going to help you to reduce anxiety and fear and potential loss associated with those disasters. One of the major things that you can do in becoming more prepared is to build an emergency go kit. There's a few different paths that you can take when building your emergency go kit, whether that is purchasing a pre-made kit from one of the local stores or vendors. You may also use an emergency preparedness checklist, such as those available on ready.gov, or you may choose to build your own kit with your own supplies. One of the things to take note is that there is no one-size-fits-all when it comes to building an emergency preparedness kit. Each person and their family's needs are going to be unique to them, and so each kit is going to be unique for each individual. When determining what supplies that you would want in your kit, you need to ask yourself a few questions. What hazards am I preparing for? How long will I be on my own? And if I need to get items from a local store, can I get to those stores? And when I get there, am I going to be able to purchase the needed supplies? For my personal kit, I like to start with the 10 hiking essential items published by the Department of Natural Resources, and then add personal items on top of that. One of the first items that you want to start with is a change of clothes and a pair of sturdy boots. Depending on where the emergency or incident occurs, you may have to walk a long distance, and depending on what you're currently wearing, such as myself, I'm not going to want to do that in dress shoes. One of the other key components to your emergency preparedness kit is going to be a first aid kit. The next items up is going to be to have items to be able to navigate. The chances in a major natural disaster of having communication lines open and available is going to be limited. There are a few different paths that you can take, whether that is to have your own compass and a physical map. Through Google Maps and Waze, you can also download local maps offline and be able to utilize your cell phone and those maps to help you navigate from where you are to where you need to be. And so with that, I recommend having an emergency power pack. This one is solar charged, and putting some spare phone cables and headphone cables and things like that in there. You'll want to make sure that your kit has enough food and water to get you from where you are to where you're intended to be, whether that is to meet up at a local pre-designated meeting spot with your family or to a local emergency shelter. So you can either do that by means of having a water filtration system, such as the Life Straw, or you can have a water supply in your kit as well. When you put emergency food supplies in your emergency kit, you want to put shelf-stable foods that have a long expiration date on them so that you're not having to regularly check and replace the items in your kit, such as protein bars or dried fruits or foods. The last piece I want to go over is that these kits don't need to be done or made in a day. You can build these kits over time, because each item that you're going to be adding to your kit is going to be one more item towards being prepared.
Thank you for joining us today to learn about Building Safety Month and the work of the Development Services Department and other departments of the City of Bellevue. I hope you've gained insight into the significance of building safety, as well as the roles and responsibilities of our dedicated city staff, and made some notes on some practical tips for yourself and your family. In the future, we are excited to continue sharing more about the important work we do to ensure the safety and integrity of our community. Stay tuned for more updates and insights into the work we do. Remember, building safety is a shared responsibility, and together we can create a safer and more resilient Bellevue for generations to come. Thank you for your engagement and support.
As part of the city's continuing efforts to address homelessness, the city launched a safe parking pilot program for community members, more than you might think, who are living in their vehicles. The facility has a protected parking lot with 20 spaces and also provides access to a building with restrooms, showers, electricity, common spaces, and even a kitchen. Several of your Bellevue City Council members were able to get a tour of the space, which is just on the other side of I-405, shortly before it opened to clients this spring. Take a look.
Bellevue wants to be supportive. We want to lend a helping hand. I think community members made it very clear that they wanted to see the city look into a supportive parking program.
You know, I've been dreaming about this for many years. What I'm seeing here is that they've thought of, if you were a family experiencing homelessness and living in your car, what are the different ways and things that you might need in order to move into stable housing? And it's all here.
This is a great program, much needed in the community, and we are elevating and getting families into permanent housing.
When you walk in, you can take a deep breath and you can feel like, I can relax here. I can feel safe and I don't have to worry about moving or going to the next place or searching for resources or finding a place to shower. So having it all in one space is really important.
And you just walk through this place and you get the sense that lives are going to be changed. And we've got all sorts of great facilities. You can do laundry, you can wash, take a shower, cook a meal. And they've got all the basic really well covered. I think beyond that, it's getting that case management and other similar supports here.
This is a space that is not just for adults, but for kids as well. I think it's going to be really, really transformational.
It's both good for the neighborhood, for people who live close by, and also it's good for the families that are here.
If you ever experience a problem, we are here. The community at large is why this is here, right? And why it's going to be successful. And we all play a role, positively or negatively.
You know, they can look for work, they can start growing, feel comfortable with the family situation, and they have a lot of other help around here. I think this is a really good beginning for them to be here.
We want to make sure that they're safe. We want to make sure that we're giving them the skills and the resources necessary to find that permanent housing in Bellevue, because a lot of them are already working or on a path to getting jobs or are going to our schools. So we really want to help facilitate that here.
This is a place that's going to give folks a lot of hope, and I think sometimes just a little bit of hope is all they need.
Well, that's it for this month's Lake to Lake. We sure do appreciate you joining us today. If you have any questions or feedback, you can email us anytime at btv@bellevuewa.gov. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you'll find the city's latest video news and information. I'm Michelle DeGrand, coming to you from the Bellevue Downtown Light Rail Station. And on behalf of Bellevue Television and the City of Bellevue, thank you for watching Lake to Lake.